Scream 2 begins 2 years after the Woodsboro murders. The story opens with a chilling sequence at a movie theater, where a film called Stab, based on the original Ghostface killings, is premiering. During the screening, a couple, Phil and Maureen, are brutally murdered by a masked killer in front of the audience. This shocking opening sets the tone for a new wave of terror, suggesting that the Ghostface legacy is far from over. The focus then shifts to Sidney Prescott, now a college student trying to rebuild her life. She's attending Windsor College with her best friend Hallie and new boyfriend Derek. Sidney seems stronger and more confident, but she still carries trauma from the past. Meanwhile, news of the new murders quickly spreads, pulling media attention and old faces back into her life. Gale Weathers, the ambitious reporter who survived the first massacre, arrives on campus to cover the story. She's now a successful author because of her book on the original Ghostface killings. Deputy Dewey Riley, still recovering from his previous injuries, also returns to protect Sidney. Though Gale and Dewey clash at first, their mutual concern for Sidney draws them together again. As the investigation unfolds, it becomes clear that the new killer or killers are copying the original murders. Each victim shares a name with someone who died in the first film, hinting that the killer is following a deliberate pattern. This revelation sends Sidney and her friends into paranoia, as anyone could be the next target or the murderer. The film cleverly explores how violence is commercialized through media. The stab movie within the movie turns real tragedy into entertainment, blurring lines between fiction and reality. Sidney feels her pain has been turned into a spectacle, and this frustration becomes a central emotional thread throughout the sequel. Suspicion grows among Sidney's circle. Derek's loving gestures begin to seem suspiciously calculated, while Gale's cameraman Joel fears for his life and quits. Dewey, though injured and slow, remains determined to uncover the truth. The killer continues striking, leaving bodies across campus and pushing Sidney into deeper fear and isolation. Violence escalates with several intense set pieces, including a terrifying chase through a sound booth and a deadly encounter in a campus theater. The movie keeps audiences guessing with red herrings and shocking turns, maintaining the meta-commentary on horror movie cliches, like how sequels always have higher body counts. In the climax, Sidney is lured to the campus theater, where the killer finally reveals themselves. The shocking twist. There are two killers again, Mickey, a film student obsessed with fame, and Debbie Salt, who is actually Mrs. Loomis, the mother of Billy Loomis from the first film. Mrs. Loomis seeks revenge against Sidney for killing her son, while Mickey wants notoriety from being caught as a movie-inspired killer. A brutal showdown follows. Sidney uses her intelligence and resilience to outwit both killers. Gale and Cotton Weary, another survivor wrongly accused in the past, arrive just in time to help. Mrs. Loomis tries to manipulate Cotton, but he chooses to save Sidney, symbolically redeeming himself after years of false blame. The confrontation ends with both killers dead and Sidney surviving once again. The film closes with a sense of uneasy peace. Sidney walks away from the chaos, refusing interviews and choosing to live privately rather than feed the media frenzy. Scream 2 deepens the original's themes, showing how trauma, fame, and media sensationalism can twist tragedy into entertainment. It's both a sharp commentary on Hollywood sequels and a gripping continuation of Sidney Prescott's fight to reclaim her life.